Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? This is Amanda. So today is the 15th of June, and we're going to get straight into the subject matter today, which is light. And if you've been on your path a long time, you will have heard the term light worker, light work over and over, probably ad nauseum for years. If maybe you are just stumbling on, this new path, it might be quite new to you. But I actually want to talk about something called Light Alchemy and the fact that we are light alchemists, which I actually feel takes it up to a whole new level of what Metatron is calling adventure. That's Archangel Metatron, who's one of my main guides and who absolutely, one of the main tools and energies that Metatron works with is colour and light. Colour, of course, is light. So we're going to talk about light alchemy. We're going to look at what it means to be a light alchemist, which I'm sure you are if you're actually watching this video. And also ways that it's interesting I said contain because I was about to say maintain. Maybe we need to talk about containment as well. The way that we need to maintain our light body. Why have you brought contain into this energy? Light cannot be contained, Metatron is saying. No, absolutely, of course it can't. Light cannot be contained. He's saying that we're at a time at the moment whereby there is almost like these mini explosions going off inside of ourselves, which are to do with light activation. And it's to do with the fact that the light that you've been holding for a long time, which has maybe been burning brightly, but sometimes it hasn't. It's just been maybe a little flickering flame. It's as though spirit is sort of blowing into the flame and activating it in a much bigger way than ever before. So we're going to have more and more people waking up to light, to the light, to all that contains, to enlightenment, light enlightenment, waking up to the path of enlightenment. So I'm just seeing now all of this, very beautiful what I'm being shown. I'm being shown the grid of the earth, and it's as though there are these outages. It's as though the energy is surging, and it's almost as though the ley lines of Mother Earth, which have been used to only a certain steady flow from very dedicated light workers to keep it all pulsing, to keep the grid literally up. It's as though there is more energy now flowing into it. And I'm being told that her channels and her ley lines are enlarging to allow that extra light through. So that's great. So it's as though the more light that we hold within ourselves, the earth also is equally able to mirror that. And she's actually been waiting for us to awaken, to enlighten more, because her channels, I'm being shown, are like a birth canal. And it's as though you go from, I can't remember what it is now, from 1 centimetre to however many centimetres it is that you need to be dilated to push the baby out. In the same way, the ley lines of Mother Earth are like these, it's like they're all like mini birth canals, which are being expanded to allow the new life and the new energy through. And it's us that are helping to birth this new consciousness upon our planet, which of course then ripples out to the whole universe. So, okay, that just sort of came from nowhere. That's really interesting. I think this is going to be an explosive video, actually. There's a lot to say. So hold on to your hats, guys. Let's get into it. Let's take a few steps back in terms of how did this begin? Why was I even talking about light alchemy? It stems back from a calendar that I have hanging up on my wall in my office. Those of you that follow me on Instagram know I've already talked about this a little bit, but let me just bring other people up to speed so we're all on the same page. So this is a calendar that was sent to me by a Romanian artist called Animona Crisan. The picture for June is this. The painting that she's done for June is this. Now, what I observed is, it's actually called Light Alchemists. Okay, it's called Light Alchemists. But I also recognise that the colours on here are almost completely a perfect match to the colour that I've chosen for the Archangel Uriel spray that we sell to help people connect into Uriel's energy. Now, Uriel is all about light, and he's all about activation. He's also about helping people to understand how they can be of spiritual service in whatever way that is right for you. It could be that you're holding the light in your family. It could be that you're holding the light in the job that you do. It could be that you're an active light alchemist, that I'm going to call us now, out there doing healing work, teaching work. But all of us are basically holding the light and serving the light by remembering that we are light and that we are actually light alchemists. The thing about Archangel Uriel, and I've said this many times for Uriel, is he's like this warrior archangel. He goes before us. He checks out that it's safe and it's ready. I'm hearing him say, and it's ready for us to progress higher and higher, further and further, to ascend to the next level. Okay, so the enlightenment journey. So we're very blessed to have Uriel with us, helping us as he always has done. So yes, this is what prompted it, this particular picture. I will put the lady's website details below, but I don't know whether she may have copies of that, I don't know, but you can check out her work. So we're going to be working with Uriel. We're also going to be working with the energy of Archangel Zadkiel, because Zadkiel, of course, is linked into the violet ray, another very powerful ray of light that we have to work with at this time. And I'm being shown my Andara crystal here that I need to put up with that. So the violet purple ray, which is to do with transmutation, helping us to let go, to forgive, but basically, yes, to transmute lower energies. And then, of course, we have the energy of Metatron, who is just all about light. He's about all of the colours of the rainbow. So I think let's start by looking at what light is, what alchemy is, and then we'll just see what messages want to come through on this, and how it's as though, I think, by understanding ourselves better in terms of who we are and why we're being asked to hold the light, and how it's changing is going to be helpful as we lead up to the solstice, which I believe is next Monday on the 21st. And actually the solstice this year, I don't know whether it always coincides with the arrival of the Cancerian energy, but it does. It's the, let me just double check that. The sun enters Cancer, yes, on the 21st of June, which is the day of solstice, summer solstice here in the UK. And if you think about Cancer, Cancer is the sign of the home. It's almost to do with us becoming at home with the light that we are, the light that we always have been, and the light that we carry, okay? Just want to read a little quote out here from a scientist, one of the grooviest scientists that's out there in my book, very hot as well, Brian Cox. And let's just get serious, Amanda. Brian Cox. You see, when I see Brian Cox, I'm afraid I get a little bit flustered, like a lot of women do. Right, Brian Cox. This is what Brian says about light. He says, light is the only connection that we have with the universe beyond our solar system, and the only connection our ancestors had with anything beyond Earth. Follow the light, and we can journey from the confines of our planet to other worlds that orbit the sun without ever dreaming of spacecraft. He's a fascinating man, Brian Cox, because I think he's on record as saying, I don't know whether he's an atheist or an agnostic, but you know, he's not, I don't think he'd be watching this video, let's put it that way. But what he says is so deeply spiritual. Oh, anyway, right, I'm gonna have to put that down because otherwise I'm gonna get distracted by Brian. You see, I have got distracted by Brian, and that's interesting because thank you, Brian, for showing me something here, because this is the point. Brian, of course, is not of darkness or shadow or anything like that. I think he's brilliant. I think he illuminates the collective consciousness through his wisdom and intellect and sheer brilliance, actually, of his subject. You know, let's get to what he really is about. But the thing with distraction is that we often get distracted from our own light, from our own mission, from our own focus of what we're here to do, which is to hold the light, because there's so much distraction in our world. Metatron said to me a few days ago that, and I like this little quote, he said, light is an activating ingredient. And he showed it to me a bit like soda pop or lemonade, fizzing, effervescent. It's as though you put in the little tablet into the water and it just starts to fizz. The little tablet is the light. So if you think about light as an activating ingredient, that's what it does to us when we are conscious of it and we are working with it. It takes us into the unknown. It takes us into the unknown parts of ourselves, but it takes us higher. Light, by its very nature, will get brighter and brighter, and it will reflect more and more. And darkness, of course, is the opposite of that. Darkness can get more and more intense, and darkness will pull you in deeper and deeper. So we have these two very contrasting energies in our universe, light and dark, that are, you know, they're like two magnets. They're the polar opposites of each other, but equally they sort of belong to each other as well. Darkness is where all of the light has basically been sucked in. You know, that's why it sucks you in. Light is the energy of reflecting it out. I was rereading a little bit of Harry Potter over the weekend, and there's a bit right in the beginning of the first book. I mean, it's such a good series of books, and I haven't even finished it, but I'm going back and I'm rereading the first couple of books because I put them down and I can't remember the story. I'm actually getting more out of it the second time. But there's this bit, well, the thing with Harry Potter, number one, is that he is said as a baby to have been the force that was able to conquer, for want of a better word, the dark energy of Voldemort, who basically recedes into the distance. And Harry's left with a lightning bolt scar on his forehead, reflecting, I guess, you know, she's just so clever the way she's done it. So he's got this lightning sort of bolt flash on his forehead. This is the bit that I wanted to read out, though. It's right at the beginning of the first book. And it says this. They're talking about the fact that you shouldn't say darkness's name. Okay. So if we keep saying you know who, I have never seen any reason to be frightened of saying Voldemort's name. I know you haven't, said Professor McGonagall, sounding half exasperated, half admiring, but you're different. Everyone knows you're the only one you know who, oh, all right, Voldemort was frightened of. Voldemort just representing the darkness here. You flatter me, said Dumbledore calmly. Voldemort had powers I will never have. Only because you're too, well, noble to use them. And then it says, it's lucky it's dark. I haven't blushed so much since Madame Pomfrey told me she liked my new earmuffs. It's just what she's saying there is so deep and so accurate. Because what Dumbledore, you know, the good guy, is basically saying here is that he has just as much power as the dark. But he's going to use it in a noble way, not in a corrupt way, not in an egotistical way, not in a way that the dark uses and can twist their power. So, and I'm talking about this because we're going to be talking about alchemy, okay? Alchemy can be both used for good and it can be used for not good. It's dark and light again. So you being an alchemist, you being a light alchemist, you're a bit like Dumbledore. You're this figure who knows their inherent power. You know what you're capable of. At some level of your being, you know what you're capable of. Or if you don't, I'm reminding you of it in this video. And but you're being reminded to use it wisely, okay? Because it's important to realise that we are light alchemists. We're working with the most powerful energy in the whole universe. We can do anything with that. We can correct anything with that. We can reverse anything with that, I'm hearing Metatron say. But equally, we also have these dark alchemists in our world who also work in a different way. But to not give power to that, because the whole thing with the thing with that, what I've just read out from Harry Potter, was they were too frightened to even utter the name, okay? By doing that in a reverse way, it's almost like reverse psychology, you're actually giving it more power. It's so powerful that I can't even mention it, okay? Whereas a light alchemist doesn't need to really mention it, but can if they need to, okay? It's all within. Okay, let's bring in Uriel at this point, and let's ask him to say a little bit about light alchemy. Okay, so Archangel Uriel. What would you like to say about light alchemy and light alchemist for the people watching? How do they know if they are a light alchemist? What does that mean? Light alchemy means that you always have bubbling pools of potential within you. Effervescent, energizing, oxygenizing, life-giving, bountiful, abundant, magical, freeing light particles. You are light. Your very being is light. This applies for everybody that is alive. In some, there are more dormant cells of light, but the seeds remain always. To be a light alchemist is to be able to plump up those cells. And he's shown the analogy of plumping up a cushion, you know? What looks flat and squashed, which can be us sometimes when we're feeling a bit defeated or low or, I don't know, restricted. We can be like the flat cushion. It's as though what light is able to do is to plump us up so that we are able to withstand what we need to withstand, go into what we need to go into, fulfill what we are here to fulfill, and be who we really are. So there's this energy coming through of the importance of recharging, and how we recharge as light alchemists is via the energy of light. But light isn't one thing. Light is made up of many different variations and different tones. And for a light alchemist such as ourselves, it's important that you allow your body to bathe in many types of light. I'm being told that it's not wrong to sunbathe, for example, as long as you do it safely for your skin. And indeed, sunlight is crucial for light body maintenance. There are codes that come down from the sun that help recharge and revive and plump up the cells within. They also recharge our solar plexus, our power center, our center of core strength, our wisdom. They also help the pineal gland to function properly. Sunlight is helping the eyes, the whole nervous system. Your bones I'm being shown almost like give this like, it's like having been in a long cold winter and then the sun on your bones is literally warming them through as well. Bringing a degree of flexibility into the skeletal structure, which becomes rigid in a more frozen, cold, dark environment. And I'm being shown the analogy of somebody who's been starved of sunlight in a room, you know, with curtains closed for weeks, months, years, never getting out. And it's as though they come out and they are weak, they are emaciated in terms of their light body, and they need a lot of help. Uriel is taking me into prisons for some reason, maybe obvious, and he's saying, yeah, he's taking me into prisons. I'm not sure which country I'm in. I'm feeling it might be America, but not just America, I'm sure. Prison systems where people are locked up for 23 hours of the day, allowed out for 1 hour of the day maybe to, you know, have a walk around the yard, it not being enough. So, okay, I know why he's bringing prisons in. Uriel is linked into the judicial system, and he's talking about rehabilitation. He's saying some people are able to be rehabilitated. Some choose at soul level that they don't wish to be. But he's saying there's a portion of prisoners within prison who are able to be rehabilitated, but their chances of it working is being diminished by the fact that they never see daylight, they never see sunlight. They to awaken to who they truly are, which is a God-given to enlighten effectively and turn away from, for example, a life of crime or wrongdoing. They don't just need to be listened to or rehabilitated via a program. They need the essence of light. And he's now showing me the analogy of a prison cell with light coming in the windows. And I'm being shown this image. Let's see if I can just quickly find it. Which Jane has done, which is going to be in the Christ deck, which is of the devil energy. And it's somebody basically manacled, sitting in a prison cell. Maybe I haven't got it to hand. But there's light coming through the bars of the window. I haven't got it to hand to show you. Never mind. We can picture it in our own mind, he's saying. Okay. Interesting. Okay. You can't rehabilitate anybody without light, is what he's saying. Light needs to be shone into the darkest corners of our earth. Light needs to be shone into the darkest corners of yourself. Okay. So, maintaining ourselves as light alchemists. Different variations of light, Uriel was just talking about. I've already written down some things here which were coming in over the last 24 hours or so. The importance, and Doreen Virtue talked about this in one of her books, and she was absolutely accurate with this, which is the importance of getting out in different times of the day. It's important to, I mean, not every day, obviously, but over a year, to get out in starlight, to get out in moonlight, to get out in sunset, to get out in sunrise, to get out in both sunshine and dusk and darkness, because the qualities of the vibrations of light are needed by different parts of you, and it changes day by day. So I'm being shown, for example, somebody in a very highly anxious state who might balk at the thought of going out into bright sunlight, but might benefit from soft starlight, for example. It's still light, it's just a different quality of light that comes down. Moonlight, of course, also being the other one. The moon being a great balancer of emotions. So to sit underneath the moon whether it's full, whether it's a new moon, and to bask in that feeds your soul, feeds the waters within your body as well, I'm hearing. Allow the gifts to come down from the sun. Allow the gifts to come down from the moon. Allow the gifts to come down from the stars. Allow the gifts to come down from the rainbow, Metatron is saying. To, you know, have you ever noticed if there's a rainbow? I'm sure you have. What we often do is, I do it myself, it's like I suddenly have to clamour to get out and see it. You know, it's like, where's my camera? I need to go and see it. But rather than maybe taking a photograph, which can be good, but actually go and sit in it, stand underneath it if there's a rainbow in the sky, and pull the energy of those colours down into you, imagining the colours of red, orange, green, blue, indigo, violet coming down through the chakra system. You know, just ask for Metatron to help bring those colours down, including some of the newer colours that are being seen in the rainbow now, such as magenta. Pull them down, okay? Same with, is it called a light bow? A light bow, again, same thing, just pull the energy down. You're an alchemist, because that straight away I'm hearing some of you coming back at me saying, yeah, but how do I do that? How do I do that? You know how to do it. You're an alchemist. Okay, I'll come into what an alchemist is in a moment. So yeah, really important, this thing about staying out in different types of light. I remember seeing a doctor in Italy a few years ago, and one of the things he said to me, linked into maintaining better health, was he said, I must admit I don't always do this, hardly ever do it to be honest, need to start doing it, is it's so important to sit outside in the couple of hours during either sunrise or just after sunrise, because what it does is it resets all the biorhythms within your body so that you then sleep better the following night. And also I would imagine it probably helps with hormonal issues as well. That's just a guess from me, but I think I'm probably right in saying that. So yeah, please remember, it's not just about it's a sunny day, let's go and lie on the beach. You know, no, it's like, wow, it's a beautiful starry night. Let's go and walk in it, okay? Let's sit underneath this moon. Try and work this in to your routine, because it will really help feed you as a light being, which is what you are. So Alchemist, let's just think about the Alchemist. So to me, what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is the Magician card in the tarot. So let's just get the Magician card in the tarot out, because it's a pretty good representation of what I think an alchemist is. The Magician, or the Alchemist, which is you, is somebody that has everything within them that they possibly need, okay? Everything that they possibly need is already within them, and they have the tools around them to release themselves from any darkness that they're in, to manifest what it is that they need to happen in their life. So I'm just kind of trying to find this card. It's all there, okay? It's all there on the table. The question is, are you going to pick up the tools and own the fact that you are the alchemist? How funny that I can't even find the blinking card in this deck. I must have gone past it. Okay, let's just carry through again and find this card. I know it's in here. Must be in here. So what it begs the question for me is, do you feel as though you are the alchemist? Do you? Because I think we live in a society which often tries to bring us down, and it's as though the magic is somehow out there, it's separate from us, whereas actually it's within us. Where the hell is this card? Isn't that interesting? I cannot find the card in the deck. It's not here. Okay, well, Spirit always knows what it's doing. It's not in this deck. I'm going to go through it for a third time. Oh, okay. It's because it's not, it's called something. I've got it. The Magician. Okay, I have got it. But actually, the fact I couldn't find it says something, doesn't it? Because I think a lot of us can't find our inner magician. We can't find our inner alchemist. And look what's on the bloody bottom of the deck. That's why you can't find it. Look at that. Look at that. Look how easy it was to find that. And what was next to it is this card, the Three of Wands. You know, this is the person that wants to go off and, you know, to ride the waves in life, to create magic, to go to whatever horizon they wish to go to whatever level they wish to go to. But this chap here, the devil energy, prevents us. Okay, how hard was it for me to find the magician energy? How easy was it to find the devil energy? What does that say? It says everything, doesn't it? It says a lot about the way of the world as well. Got an itchy nose, always my, it's always my sign that I'm onto something. Particularly onto something. Hopefully all of the videos onto something, but oh God. Yeah, how easy is it? Okay, Metatron saying, how easy is it to sniff out the devil? How easy is it? Pretty easy, okay? Open up your internet today. You will find that energy very, very easily. In an obvious way, sometimes in a manipulated way. Look at it. Very, very, come to me. Come to me. Remember what I said about darkness? Darkness pulls you in. It pulls you in. It distracts you. It's like you don't want to be the magician. You don't want to be the alchemist. No, come to me. Because the thing about the devil energy is I'll do it all for you. It's about placing our power with other people as well. Other people are the magicians. Other people are the alchemists. Other people have got all the answers. Other people know and somehow I don't. BS, I say to that. BS. You have it all within you. It's this energy that makes you think that you don't, that you need to go outside of yourself to find your inner magician, your inner alchemist. That's what you are. That's what you're being told you are. It's what you're being reminded that you are. So this is the depiction in this particular deck. And yeah, there he is. He's just, he, she, us. It's like weaving this sort of magical spell energy, creating something. But it all flows from here. It all flows from this person, you. The light is coming out of his hands. Can you see that? The light is coming out of his hands. The other thing is he's not actually looking up in this picture, but again, how do we identify somebody that holds a lot of light? You can usually see it. You can usually see it. You can particularly see it through, it depends how sensitive you are to energy, of course. People who are very sensitive to working with energy, you can meet somebody and it's like you just know when they feel off. And it's usually, what Metatron is saying, is because the seeds of light that they have within them, of course they still have light because everyone has to have light to be alive and breathe, but a lot of the seeds of light are switched off, they're dormant. They're asleep at that level of being. But when you're in the presence of somebody who's plumped up, remember the analogy of the cushion that's being plumped up, their cells are vibrating with light. You notice it, you see it. You can feel it energetically, those of you that can see auras or feel auras. But equally, often there are other giveaways. It's often through the eyes. I always think you can see pretty much everything in somebody's eyes. If you think about maybe some of the darker characters in our world, when you look into their eyes, it's like you won't want to look for very long because it's all there, actually. It's all there. Somebody that's working with the light, you can see the light in their eyes. I've noticed, and equally, again, it's so interesting to me because, yes, I like to think I'm a light alchemist. I claim that I am a light alchemist. And I try to do that 24/7. I fall down a lot of the time, but I get myself back up again, etc. But what Metatron's showing me is it's a bit like a pyramid energy, which is that when we're a light alchemist, we're always vibrating at a certain frequency, okay? Which is going to be higher than other people who've got these dormant light cells that are just sort of glowing embers. They're not the raging fire. So we've always got a certain level of frequency, but then when we choose to really switch it on, okay, if you look in the mirror and look at yourself, you can see it in your eyes. Those of you that are healers or teachers or channelers, Have you ever looked at your eyes after you've done a healing or you've done any type of light work, light alchemy? Your eyes will be on fire, baby. For some reason I want to say baby. It's just like, it's so apparent. It's so apparent. It used to freak me out actually in the early days. Particularly, I used to notice it when I did hands-on healing. I noticed it after I've done videos and stuff as well. But like hands-on healing, it was like, whoa, who is that person looking back at me? Well, yeah, it is Amanda. It's me. But it's like it's a higher version of me. Why? Because I've been tapping into all of the light that's already here, and effectively those cells are being plumped up. Okay. The light is shining brightly. So you can see it, you can feel it, you can sense it. Always trust your gut. If somebody or something feels off, it's usually, if you're a light alchemist, your radar is correct. There's something not quite right there, okay? It doesn't mean you shun them or you turn away from them. In fact, it might be that person that needs your light, but only take your light in if you already are protected yourself. You know, a lighthouse, think about the analogy of a lighthouse. Metatron's showing me a lighthouse now. A lighthouse has that amazing light bulb, you know, in it, you know, which is shining out to the whole sea. But equally, it's within a structure. It's within a structure. It's not just a light bulb sort of dangling down, you know, from nowhere, which can be smashed to smithereens by the gales, the lightning, whatever. No, you know, it's within a structure. So our light is within the structure of our physical body, but equally our body also needs protecting as much as the light. I mean, I know it's both. So I've done other videos before on spiritual protection. You can look back on that, but effectively, you know, silver armor of God, Archangel Michael, again, violet flame. I mean, that's a whole video in itself. So the lighthouse is a good analogy, I think. The light, you, is protected. And again, if you can remember that you're protected when you work with light, it's half of the battle won, to be perfectly honest. I believe 100% in the power of light, and I 100% believe that light is stronger than darkness. Go back to Harry Potter. Why did I read that out to you? Because it was about that. It was about the fact that Harry's light was stronger than the darkness. He didn't even realise it. He was a baby, you know, when he gets the scar on his forehead, the lightning bolt. Light is always stronger than darkness, but the more that you fear the darkness, the more you're going to allow it to grow. Remember, it pulls you in. So you've just got to keep shining, you know, just got to keep shining. I've written a few things down here, a few things that came to me this morning. About light body and how we can maintain it. So we've talked about different qualities of light and sitting in it. Obviously, maintaining our chakras is a given, okay? And again, that's another subject in itself, because all of the chakras link into different emotions and physical parts of us. So, you know, this is a journey, it's a path. It's not a quick fix. But again, if you're a light alchemist, you should be aware of your chakras. You should be aware of the ones within you that probably is the one that, if anything's going to go out of alignment, it's always going to be my solar plexus, or it's going to be my heart chakra, or it's going to be my earth star. You know, all of us are different. All of us are different. So I'm just stalling there because it's interesting. I'm just going to light some incense. I was just thinking, I wonder what is my chakra that often goes out of balance. And I mean, God, still got loads of work to do on myself, like all of us. But it used to be my solar plexus, but it's not anymore actually. So that's a good sign, isn't it? I suppose it's because I have stepped into my light. I'm not hiding from it. I'm out there. I'm doing it, trying to do it. So, but there'll be something else, I'm sure, that needs regular maintenance. Yeah, okay, Metatron's just reminded me of that. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Base chakra. Okay, he's saying talk about that. Okay, yeah, let's talk about that. Interestingly, because base chakra, you see, this is it. When we become, when we're on our path, and when we're fully on our path, and hopefully we're taking steps up, we're ascending higher and higher. We're not enlightened because otherwise we wouldn't be here, but you know, we're doing all right. We're trying our best. There's this thing about distancing ourselves from the lower body. And by that, I'm talking about the base chakra issues, which is just I want to keep climbing higher and higher. I want to be talking about the crown chakra. I want to be talking about the outer body chakras, because that's where I want to be. I want to be up there. No, you can only be up there if you're fully grounded. Okay, there is light underneath the earth. There is light above the sky. There is light in everything. Okay, but there's also this thing I think in spiritual communities, and I own that I also have this sometimes, which is to do with don't neglect the basics, base chakra. Okay, the foundation. I'm now being shown a beautiful, it's really lovely. It's like a big, it's not really a pyramid. It's like when I say it's a fountain of light, it looks like a beautiful glass structure. It's huge. It represents the light body basically, but I'm being shown the importance of that steady base. So for us to have a fully functioning light body that is able to integrate all the new portals, all the new frequencies, all the new vibrations to keep on shining, getting brighter and brighter, we've got to have that steady base. Okay. Right, a few other things that I've just written down here, which I think are interesting to talk about. Came to me this morning. I was just about to eat my breakfast. I made myself a nice bowl of fruit and natural yogurt. It's quite healthy. And it's like Metatron came and he gave me a little gold tick with a sense of humour. But he was like, yeah, that's a good breakfast to have. Because he's talking about foods and the light quotient that foods have. Okay, so again, a way that you can maintain your light body, if you're a light alchemist, is to choose foods that have a high light quotient. Now, I'm not talking about these people that think they can just live off light. I think that's highly dangerous, and unless you're completely, almost an enlightened master, I think it's extremely irresponsible to do that. And I'm not going to go there and talk about it on my channel. So, I mean, if you've done it, good for you, but no, most people are not anywhere near the level where they can just live off light alone. Is it possible in the future? Yes, probably it is. But we are in 2021, we've got our boots on the ground, and right now we actually need sustenance and fuel to keep the rocket in the sky, basically, which is us. And when I mean the rocket in the sky, Metatron's shown me we're like a flare for other people. Okay, our light is a flare for other people who are stumbling around in the dark. They haven't got a clue about any of this stuff. Okay, but they want something different. They want to awaken more. So we're like a flare for other people. A flare to even get up in the sky needs fuel, and it needs ballast is what I'm hearing. So, I think I'm really being shown like rooty veg and carbs and all of that. But anyway, foods do have different qualities of light within it. So foods which obviously are vibrating with more light would be raw foods, vegetables, fruits, etc. Doesn't mean just go and eat a fruit diet or a vegetable diet. I'm not planning to do that, but I do try and incorporate foods which I know have got a high light quotient every day. Okay, so for at least one meal, if not 2 meals of the day. But obviously, balanced diet is important. Nutrition is important. You need to get a balanced diet in. So just think of the food that you're eating. I mean, put it this way: if I now have got in my hand a great big greasy beef burger and a donut, versus a beautiful bowl of fruit salad, freshly prepared, maybe some fresh herbs in there or mint or something, what do you think has got the higher quotient of light? It's a non-brainer, isn't it? Okay, it's going to be this one. It's not going to be the thing that's laden with fat and sugar and stuff that we know is not good for us. Okay, so again, you are the alchemist. You don't need to go to loads of books or teachers who say, right, this is the list of foods that are good in terms of light. This is the list of foods that are bad. It's usually pretty obvious because you're the alchemist. Trust your gut. Your gut will tell you. Your body will tell you because it will feel lighter. It will feel better. It's like a well-oiled machine, Metatron is saying, when you're feeding it the right things. Well-oiled machine, interesting. So good fats, versus not good fats. Anyway, and An interesting thing that got Metatron said this morning to me with regard to light, was in about the ancestors. We talk about bloodlines a lot, don't we? And we talk about sins of the father, you know, sins of the father that come down the family line, curses that come down the family line. I mean, hopefully you're not using that type of language, because I think that's, again, a load of BS. There was a woman in my family, apparently on my dad's side, who was probably a white witch, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, had a name. I will just tell you her name because it's quite impressive. Britannia. Okay, Britannia. It reminds me of Boadicea or something like that. I mean, I think this woman sounds extremely scary, but supposedly she put a curse, you know, going down the family line. When my dad told me that, who also thought it was a complete load of BS, and we've never, ever bought into it at all, I just laughed. I just thought it was hilarious. Because that's what I do to the dark. It's like, well, that stops here because that's just a load of nonsense. You know, as soon as you give energy to a curse, which is dark energy, you are going to feed it. It's as simple as that. As a light alchemist, it's to do with realizing, well, okay, you did that. That's a bit sad that you did that, however many generations back. You were in darkness at that time. You were trying to send darkness, but, you know, sorry, I'm more than a match for that. And I'm just going to bat it right back and send love and transmute it. Anyway, sins the father got me onto that. What Metatron says about light is he says, light gets passed down the family line. Okay, can we start to think about that rather than what I've just mentioned previously? Light gets passed down the family line. So these are the ancestors who had great wisdom, who, when I say did great things, I'm talking about survived things, forgave things, were able to get into compassion for things and events in their life, were able to extend light and love, who were good people, basically. You have that within your cells as well. So it's this whole thing about, you know, the bloodline. Let's talk less about the sins of the father being passed down, and let's talk more about the light that gets passed down our family line as well. And if you're scratching your head and thinking, well, I'm not sure there is any, there will be some. You're just going to have to go back a few more generations. And even if you don't know their names and you don't know where they lived and you don't know who they were, allow Metatron for you to feel them, just to feel the energy of light. Should we do that now? Let's bring the Ancestral spray out. Okay, it's Ancestral spray. And I'm going to team that with white light. And I'm going to ask for all of the ancestors to step forward that were doing their best to work for the light. And just note the number, note the energy. And then we can also ask the ancestors who were not able to feel the light or be the light or serve the light in any way to step forward. And there's no judgment either way. And then what I'm seeing is a line of our ancestors, your ancestors, my ancestors, and they're all joining hands with each other. And it's a bit like the light being passed down from hand to hand for each person in that chain. So whether they did, whether they didn't, everybody's getting an infusion of that light. And then there's this great big spotlight I'm being shown, like a big film spotlight, and it's being turned from them to you, and you're being given the light. And this light contains your own essence, contains the energy of God. It also contains the light of all your ancestors. We can add into that the light of the angels, the ascended masters, and just really feel that. It's as though you're being blasted by the energy of light. You are in the spotlight. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel uncomfortable? Does it make you feel great? Just notice how you feel when you're flooded with light, when you're in the spotlight. And for anybody that's feeling it to be a little bit uncomfortable, I would just encourage you, I'm not telling you, I would encourage you, if you can, to just stay there just for a few moments longer. Because the thing about it is the more that you stay in the light, the more you become accustomed to it. Metatron showed me the analogy of somebody who's been in a dark room and who comes out into sunlight and they're like that, they're blinking, their eyes can't adjust to the frequency. But the more that you're outside, your eyes start to open. You get used to it, you become adjusted to it. So just become adjusted to this frequency of light that is now being shone onto you. Because the frequency that's being shone onto you is a reflection of what you already have within you. It mirrors you. Become at peace with your own light. Take that into the cells of your body. Plump them up. Take the light into your bones. Take the light into your eyes. Take the light into your organs. Take the light into your skin. Take the light into your hair. Take the light into your chakras. Take the light into your feet, your nails. Take the light into your Earth Star chakra underneath you. Plant that light into the earth underneath you. Plant that light into your own rooting system. Plant the light above you, beneath you, to the side of you, behind you, in front of you, through you. This is who you are. You are a light alchemist. You are somebody that is made of light, shines with light, is light, holds light. And then just feel that bubbling energy, effervescence, potential, promise, excitement, expectation, ability to conjure anything, belief in miracles, in magic. The master alchemist, the light alchemist, this is who you are. And feel all of these tools that you have at your disposal, the different strands of light, the different colours, the violet light, able to transmute, the white light, able to clear, the green light, able to heal, the red light, able to ground, the yellow light, ready to uplift, the blue light, ready to calm, the indigo light, to open up the mysteries of the universe and beyond, the crystalline light, to illuminate, the silver light, to reflect, the gold light, to learn. All of this and more is available to you. The flame is within you, bright orange flame within you. Your power, your courage, your strength, it's all there. You are a light alchemist. You belong here. This is what you came to do, to shine brightly, to be this light. Get comfortable with this voltage. Get comfortable with this intensity. Get comfortable with this frequency. Get comfortable with your own brilliance. Shine on, my friend, shine on. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and open your eyes and see the quality of the light around you. Okay. Let's just bring in Archangel Zadkiel at this point. Purple light. Okay, so Zadkiel, purple light. bringing in the energy of magic, the purple ray. I need to show you something. Somebody gave me this yesterday. Can you see that? It's a pen. But you can see the purple flower within it, surrounded by this white light. That feels so symbolic today for what we're doing here. What do I want to say about this? Something in what this is. Hold on a minute. Purple light within clear light. Oh, okay. I'm being shown it actually like an eyeball. It's like an eyeball. It's as though, if you can imagine being able to see magic. I'm being shown the energy. This is real alchemy stuff, okay? It's to do with being able to move things, for example, with your eyes, to change things with your eyes. Do you realize how powerful your eyes are? Your eyes are healing agents. Your eyes are able to shift energy. Your eyes are able to change and transform and manifest into being what you need. Do you realize how powerful your eyes are? Think about when we're feeling deflated. What do? We do this. We do this. And it's interesting that in this particular deck, why is he looking down? Why is the magician looking down? I mean, yeah, he's concentrating. I appreciate that. He's doing something. But can you imagine the power if he looked up or she looked up? I'm seeing what those eyes would look like. They would be mega powerful. See, there's a thing about the eyes as well. They can, again, people who are dark can pull you in with their eyes in a negative way. People who are full of light, you will see the light in their eyes. But equally, it's a reflection of your light that you have in your eyes. Oh, interesting, I said lies. Your lies. Okay. Some people are still not able to see their own light. They're lying to themselves. They're looking for it in other people. What is this about eyes? Let's go to Metatron. Which one do I... Let's go to my old favourite. The orange spray. Flame attunement spray. It's the one I always use. One of my favourites anyway. Why am I going on about eyes, Metatron? Can you just please orchestrate what I'm trying to say here? Eyes are the windows to the soul. We know that. Look into the eyes of God, is what I'm hearing. Look into the eyes of God. When we look into each other and we really truly see each other via our eyes, we're able to see the godliness within ourselves. In terms of maybe how far we've fallen from that, there's still always a ladder available to get back closer to God. But equally, there's just no hiding place, is there? You can see everything in somebody's eyes. So, when people are shifty-eyed and they won't look you in the eye, that says a lot. So part of being a light alchemist is you may very well have very powerful eyes. You might have eyes that are almost a bit off-putting because it's as like, I can't look at you because it's just a bit too full on. Look at his eyes, you see. He's got mesmerising eyes as well, but he's the devil. So this is all discernment. You see, I don't like his eyes, actually. I'm looking at it, I don't like his eyes. They're not nice. It's all in the eyes. Right, guys, any other messages? For some reason, I was told to bring this deck, the Light Alchemist deck, in. I know I've already referred to it with the Magician and the Devil card, but let's just see if there's any other message before I wrap this video up. So So yeah, you know, if you're a light alchemist, you're here to shine your light. You're here to be the lighthouse for other people. You're here to serve the light in any way that is going to, you know, manifest for you. You realise the power of what you have and who you are. You're able to create magic. 2 cards, please, from this deck. Any other message from this deck? Yeah. You've got 2 choices, guys. We can either be this figure here, 8 of Swords. She is blindfolded. You can't see her eyes. She's trapped. She's got lower energies around her. They're actually circling around her. Okay? Circling around her. Darker, lower energies. Dormant cells there. Or you can be this. You can be the light seer. This is somebody who is free, who is completely trusting in the power of the universe. She's taken a leap of faith. She's put all her wishes out there. Master Alchemist. 9 of Cups is the wish card. All of those wishes, look at that. All of those dreams, all of those things. And the thing Metatron's saying is those wishes and dreams aren't just about what she wants. Light alchemy is to do with wishing for everybody. So yeah, sure, you can make a wish for yourself, but make sure you then make 10 other wishes for other people, for the world, for Mother Earth, for the animals, etc. Okay? Those 9 things that are out there, like spinning plates, like juggling everything, they're not all for her, because she knows that the universe is bountiful, and the treasure that is beneath her here, the treasure box, is for everybody. It's not just for her. That's the whole difference between dark magic and light magic. Dark magic is linked into power and control, you know, and I'm just doing it for myself. I'm doing it to get something for me. I will control you. I will change you. Of course, it will bounce back on you. Never, ever get involved in anything like that. I think everyone knows that on my channel anyway. Black magic, total no-no. It'll trap you. It'll you'll be enticed into it, and you won't be. Well, you can escape. You can escape via the light of God, but it's best not to go there in the first place. Be the light alchemist, which is the complete opposite of that. I'm doing good for myself, but I'm doing good for others, because I believe in the abundance, the joy, the light that is for everybody, and I am protected. It also looks fun, doesn't it? It looks fun. It looks light. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm going to get this up. I will be back. Yeah, I like that card as well, bottom of the deck. That's very light alchemist as well, isn't it? If you think about that. Look at her. She's got a skip in her step. Wand is in the air. Magic wand. Oh, I must show you my magic wand. Yeah, of course. I've shown you this before. So one of you sent me this. I can't remember who sent it to me, but anyway, thank you. I don't know whether you still watch me. Got a little bit chipped once. I left it out too long in the rain probably, but it's still quite powerful. So, you know, this is symbolic because, of course, in the old days, Harry Potter and everything, of course, Harry Potter, he goes off and he chooses his wand, doesn't he? I'm still on the first book, guys. He chooses his wand. But the wand is just, again, it's symbolic of what you have within you. Okay, so yeah, this feels powerful and is powerful, but equally what's powerful within is more so. Let's just see if there is anything that this particular wand wants to do. Hold on. So it's selenite, by the way, selenite. Selenite, of course, as a crystal is very good for connecting you into light. Of course it is. That's probably why I'm showing it to you. The energy of crystals crystals are, you know, they contain light as well, and some at a higher vibration than others. So selenite, you're being given selenite as a crystal to help you. It's as though Metatron wants you to see yourself within the selenite, that you are that white light. White light is the most powerful light in the whole of the universe. It's the most powerful colour as well because it contains all of the colours of the rainbow within it. But selenite. I'm now being shown it's like a lightsaber. It's like Star Wars type energy. It's a light saber. So when I was saying we, as alchemists, we have all of these colour rays that we're working with, we also have the lightsaber. The lightsaber goes before us. It literally goes before us. You know, obviously you don't go out into the high street doing that, but essentially that is really what you're doing if you set the intention. This goes before me. This goes before me. Very much like the Uriel energy, this goes before me. My light goes before me. My light should also go after me. You know, how do you wish to be remembered after you've died? Do you wish to be remembered as somebody who shone your light, or somebody who hid in the shadows? So I'm not judging if you hide in the shadows for your whole life. If you want to do that, you can do that. But light alchemy isn't hiding in the shadows. Light alchemy is taking that torch out, taking that light out, being that light, letting it go in front of you. It changes the world, guys. It changes the world. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. I'll leave it there. I'll be back for solstice with something, whatever that is. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Bye.